First contact. The vast expanse of space had always been a source of wonder and speculation for humanity. Little did they know that on a seemingly ordinary day in 2047, everything would change. High above Earth's atmosphere, a sleek, silvery vessel emerged from the inky blackness of space. Its occupants, members of the Galactic Federation, had been observing Earth for decades. Today was the day they would finally make contact. Admiral Zixnera, a towering blue-skinned alien with 4 arms and eyes that shimmered like galaxies, stood on the bridge of the Federation's flagship. Her species, the Aquilarians, had been tasked with initiating first contact with promising new civilizations. "Are we certain they're ready?" asked her second-in-command, a reptilian being named Sulk. Zixnera's antennae twitched thoughtfully. "As ready as they'll ever be, Shulk. Their technology has advanced rapidly in the last century. It's time." With a series of deft movements, Zixnera manipulated the ship's controls. A beam of light shot down towards Earth's surface, targeting the United Nations headquarters in New York City. On Earth, chaos erupted as the alien ship became visible to the naked eye. Social media exploded with blurry photos and wild speculation. News channels scrambled to report on the unprecedented event. Inside the UN building, world leaders had gathered for an emergency session. The atmosphere was tense, a mixture of fear and excitement palpable in the air. Suddenly, a holographic image materialized in the center of the room, causing gasps and exclamations of shock. Admiral Zixnera's imposing figure towered over the assembled humans. Her voice, translated through advanced technology, resonated throughout the chamber. "People of Earth," she began, her tone gentle yet authoritative. "I am Admiral Zixnera of the Galactic Federation. We come in peace, bringing greetings from the stars." The room erupted into a cacophony of voices. Some demanded proof, others called for immediate action. It took several minutes for order to be restored. Dr. Amelia Chen, Earth's leading xenobiologist, stepped forward. Her voice trembled slightly, but her eyes shone with curiosity. "Welcome, Admiral. We have so many questions." Zixnera's mouth curved into what the humans assumed was a smile. "And we have answers, Dr. Chen. Your world stands on the brink of a new era. The Galactic Federation invites Earth to join us in exploring the cosmos." Over the next few hours, Zixnera explained the basics of galactic society. The Federation comprised over 1,000 species, spread across millions of worlds. They had been watching Earth for centuries, waiting for humanity to reach a level of technological and social development that would allow for peaceful integration. As the initial shock wore off, excitement began to build. The possibilities seemed endless. Cures for diseases, solutions to climate change, faster than light travel, all suddenly within reach. However, not everyone was thrilled. General Marcus Stone, representing the United States military, voiced his concerns. "How do we know this isn't some elaborate invasion plan? Why should we trust you?" Zixnera's expression remained calm. "A fair question, General. Trust must be earned. We propose a gradual integration process. We'll share some of our technology and knowledge, allowing you to verify our intentions. In return, we ask for the opportunity to learn about your unique culture and abilities." Negotiations continued for days. The world watched with bated breath as their leaders debated the terms of Earth's entry into the galactic community. Finally, a consensus was reached. Earth would cautiously accept the Federation's offer, beginning with cultural and scientific exchanges. As the news spread, reactions varied wildly. Some celebrated in the streets, while others stockpiled supplies, fearing the worst. Religious leaders scrambled to reconcile their teachings with this new cosmic reality. Scientists could barely contain their excitement at the prospect of accessing advanced alien knowledge. Amidst the global frenzy, a small team of human representatives was chosen to be the first to visit the Federation's ship. Dr. Chen led the group, which included linguists, physicists, and diplomats. As they boarded the alien vessel, Dr. Chen couldn't help but feel a mix of trepidation and exhilaration. The interior was unlike anything they had ever seen. Organic curves blended seamlessly with advanced technology, creating an environment that was both alien and oddly comforting. Zixnera greeted them personally, her four arms performing a complex gesture that the humans later learned was a sign of respect. "Welcome aboard," she said, her translated voice warm. "We have much to show you." As the humans were given a tour of the ship, they marveled at technologies beyond their wildest dreams. Holograms that could be touched and manipulated, devices that could synthesize any material, and view screens that showed real-time images from across the galaxy. Dr. Chen found herself drawn to a room filled with what appeared to be biological specimens. Alien plants and small creatures floated in shimmering force fields, each labeled in an unfamiliar script. "This is our xenobiology lab," Zixnera explained, noticing Dr. Chen's interest. "We study the incredible diversity of life forms across the galaxy. Perhaps you'd like to contribute some Earth specimens to our collection." As the tour continued, the humans began to relax, their initial fear giving way to curiosity and excitement. They peppered their hosts with questions about galactic politics, alien biology, and the mysteries of the universe. However, it wasn't long before the aliens began to show curiosity of their own. A member of Zixnera's crew, a small, multi-eyed being named Glip, approached Dr. Chen with what seemed to be a puzzled expression. "Excuse me," Glip said, its voice a melodious trill, "but we've been wondering, what are those strange protrusions on the sides of your heads?" Dr. Chen blinked in surprise, her hand automatically rising to touch her ear. These are our ears. They're how we hear." The aliens exchanged confused looks. Zixnera leaned in closer, her galaxy-like eyes widening. "You mean, those are some kind of vibration sensors?" "Well, yes," Dr. Chen replied, a smile tugging at her lips. "They detect sound waves, vibrations in the air, and our brains interpret them as sound." The aliens erupted into excited chatter, their own communication methods, a mixture of telepathy and bioluminescent signals, very different from human speech. As the first day of this historic encounter drew to a close, both humans and aliens retired to their respective quarters with much to think about. The humans marveled at the advanced technology they'd witnessed, while the aliens found themselves intrigued by the strange, sound-based communication of their new galactic neighbors. Little did either group know that this seemingly minor difference, the human ability to detect and interpret a wide range of audio frequencies, would soon prove to be far more significant than anyone could have imagined. The human advantage. In the weeks following first contact, Earth buzzed with activity. The initial shock had given way to a frenzy of preparation as humanity readied itself to join the galactic community. Scientists worked around the clock, studying the preliminary data shared by the Galactic Federation. Governments scrambled to establish new protocols for interstellar diplomacy, and in homes across the planet, people dreamed of the stars. Meanwhile, aboard the Federation flagship, Admiral Zixnera and her crew were equally fascinated by their new human allies. The more they learned about Earth's inhabitants, the more intrigued they became, particularly by what they had come to call the humans' vibration sensors. Dr. Amelia Chen found herself at the center of this mutual curiosity. She had been appointed as Earth's chief liaison to the Federation, a role that brought both excitement and immense pressure. Today, she was preparing for another meeting with Zixnera and her team. As she entered the ship's conference room, she was greeted by an unusual sight. The aliens had set up what looked like a primitive audio system, at least by their standards. Zixnera's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Dr. Chen, we've been eagerly awaiting your arrival," the Admiral said. "We've been conducting some experiments, and we'd love your input." Chen raised an eyebrow. "Oh, what kind of experiments?" Glip, the small multi-eyed alien, bounced forward. "We've been studying your auditory capabilities. It's simply fascinating. The range of frequencies you can detect, the way you can pinpoint the source of a sound, even your ability to filter out background noise. It's all quite remarkable. Chen couldn't help but smile. It was strange to think of hearing something so fundamental to human experience as a remarkable ability. Well, I'm glad you find it interesting, but surely your own sensory systems are far more advanced. Zixnera's antennae twitched, and what Chen had learned was a sign of disagreement. Not necessarily. Our species rely more on visual and telepathic communication. While we can detect some vibrations, our capabilities are limited compared to yours. To demonstrate, Zixnera activated the audio system. A series of tones played, ranging from deep, rumbling bass to high-pitched whistles. The aliens watched Chen intently as she nodded along, easily distinguishing each sound. Incredible, Glip murmured. We can only detect a fraction of these frequencies, and you can tell which direction they're coming from. Chen nodded. Yes, our brain interprets the tiny time difference between when a sound reaches each ear. It's how we locate sounds in space. The aliens exchanged excited glances. Zixnera leaned forward, her voice taking on a more serious tone. Dr. Chen, we believe this ability of yours could be incredibly valuable. There's something we need to discuss. Over the next hour, Zixnera explained a problem that had been plaguing the Federation for decades. A mysterious species known as the Whispers had been causing havoc across the galaxy. They communicated and navigated using complex patterns of sound waves, patterns that most Federation species couldn't detect or interpret. We've lost ships, even entire outposts, to Whisper attacks, Zixnera said gravely. By the time we realize they're there, it's too late. Chen felt a chill run down her spine. And you think our hearing could help? Glip nodded enthusiastically. If you can detect their communication signals, we might finally be able to track them, maybe even understand them. The implications were staggering. Humanity, barely a week into its introduction to the galactic community, might hold the key to solving one of its biggest threats. Chen's mind raced with possibilities and concerns. This is a lot to take in, she said slowly. I'll need to discuss this with my superiors, and we'd need to run extensive tests, of course. Zixnera nodded understanding. Of course, we don't mean to overwhelm you, but we hoped you'd see this as an opportunity, a chance for humanity to prove its worth to the Federation. As Chen left the meeting, her head spinning with this new information, she couldn't help but feel a mix of pride and apprehension. Humanity's vibration sensors might just be their ticket to the stars. But at what cost? Back on Earth, the news of the Whisper threat and humanity's potential role in combating it was met with a mix of reactions. Some saw it as an exciting opportunity for Earth to make its mark on the galactic stage. Others worried about the risks of getting involved in an interstellar conflict so soon after first contact. General Stone, ever the skeptic, saw it as a potential trap. They could be luring us into a war we're not prepared for, he argued in a heated UN session. We should focus on protecting Earth, not fighting aliens' battles for them. But Dr. Chen and her team of scientists saw things differently. They dove into research, working closely with the Federation to understand the Whisper's sound-based technology. They developed new instruments that could detect and analyze the complex frequency patterns used by the mysterious species. As weeks turned into months, breakthroughs began to emerge. Human audio engineers, drawing on centuries of experience manipulating sound waves, created devices that could not only detect Whisper communications, but also interfere with them. The first real test came when a Federation outpost reported strange acoustic anomalies. A team of human specialists was dispatched along with Federation forces. As they approached the outpost, the humans immediately picked up the telltale sound patterns of Whisper activity. "There!" shouted Lin Zhao, one of Earth's top acoustics experts. 3 distinct sources, moving in a spiral pattern around the outpost. The Federation crew watched in amazement as the humans pinpointed the Whisper's locations with uncanny accuracy. Using their new interference devices, they disrupted the Whisper's coordination, forcing them to retreat. News of the success spread quickly through the Federation. Suddenly, humanity's stock in the galactic community skyrocketed. Earth went from being seen as a quaint backwater to a valuable ally in the fight against a long-standing threat. But with this new status came new challenges. Other species began to view humans with a mixture of awe and suspicion. Some even accused the Federation of favoring Earth unfairly. The human delegation found themselves thrust into complex interstellar politics they barely understood. Dr. Chen, now a key figure in Earth Federation relations, often found herself mediating between different factions. "We're not here to dominate or threaten anyone," she insisted in a Galactic Council meeting. "We're here to cooperate, to use our unique abilities for the benefit of all." As Earth's involvement in galactic affairs deepened, changes began to occur back home. The influx of advanced alien technology accelerated human progress in multiple fields. Medical breakthroughs extended human lifespans. New energy sources eliminated dependency on fossil fuels. The first human faster-than-light ship was under construction, but not all changes were positive. The sudden leap in technology and the pressure of interstellar politics strained Earth's social and economic systems. Inequality grew as some nations and corporations gained more access to alien tech than others. Fringe groups formed, some worshipping the aliens as gods, others decrying them as invaders. Through it all, humanity's unique auditory capabilities remained their greatest asset and most notable trait in the galactic community. Human music, once thought of as a simple form of entertainment, became a subject of fascination for many alien species. Earth's greatest composers were invited to perform in grand concerts across the galaxy. Yet even as humanity reveled in its new cosmic importance, a sense of unease lingered. The whispers, though pushed back, were not defeated. And there were whispers of other threats lurking in the vast, unknown expanses of the universe. Threats that might soon put humanity's newfound allies and their own remarkable abilities to the ultimate test. As Dr. Chen looked out at the star-filled sky from the observation deck of the Federation flagship, she couldn't help but wonder what other surprises awaited humanity in the cosmic ocean, and would their vibration sensors be enough to navigate the challenges ahead? Little did she know, the greatest test of humanity's unique abilities and their place in the galaxy was just around the corner. Cosmic Crisis. The Grand Hall of the Galactic Federation's Central Space Station buzzed with nervous energy. Representatives from 100 different species had gathered for an emergency session, their varied forms creating a tapestry of colors, shapes, and sizes. At the center of it all stood Admiral Zixnera, her usual commanding presence tempered by an undercurrent of worry. Dr. Amelia Chen sat among the Earth delegation, her heart racing. In the year since humanity had joined the galactic community, she had attended many Federation meetings, but never one with such a palpable sense of dread. Zixnera's voice, amplified by the hall's acoustics, cut through the murmur of the crowd. "Esteemed colleagues, I bring grave news. The Whispers have unleashed a weapon of unimaginable power. A device that generates sound waves capable of tearing apart the very fabric of space-time." A collective gasp rippled through the assembly. Chen leaned forward, her mind reeling at the implications. "We've already lost contact with 3 star systems," Zixnera continued, her voice heavy with regret. "Our best scientists believe that if left unchecked, this weapon could destabilize entire regions of the galaxy, potentially triggering a chain reaction that could threaten us all." The hall erupted into chaos. Some representatives shouted questions, others argued amongst themselves, and a few simply sat in stunned silence. Chen watched as Clip, now Earth's primary liaison with the Federation's scientific community, scurried up to Zixnera, gesticulating wildly. After a few moments, Zixnera raised all 4 of her arms, calling for silence. "Please, we must remain calm. Our human allies have a proposal that may offer us hope." All eyes turned to the Earth delegation. Chen felt a moment of panic before her years of scientific presentations kicked in. She stood, straightened her jacket, and addressed the assembly. "Thank you, Admiral. While the situation is indeed dire, we believe there may be a way to counter this threat using principles of acoustic physics and our understanding of the Whisper's technology. Chen activated a holographic display, showing a complex diagram of overlapping wave patterns. We propose creating a counter-wave device, essentially a massive speaker array that could generate sound waves to destructively interfere with the Whisper's weapon. The alien representatives listened intently as Chen explained the technical details. Some nodded in understanding, while others looked skeptical. A Vorquin representative, their gelatinous form shimmering with bioluminescent patterns, spoke up. "This is all very interesting, Dr. Chen, but how can we be sure it will work? The stakes are too high for untested theories." Chen took a deep breath. "You're right. The stakes are incredibly high. That's why we're not proposing this blindly. We've been running simulations based on the data collected from our previous encounters with Whisper technology. While we can't be 100% certain, our models show a high probability of success." Glip bounced excitedly. "I can vouch for the humans' work. Their understanding of acoustic principles is unparalleled. If anyone can pull this off, it's them." Debate raged for hours. Some species were eager to try the human plan, seeing it as their best hope. Others argued for more conventional military responses, or even for attempting to negotiate with the Whispers. In the end, desperation won out over caution. With the threat looming larger by the hour, the Federation voted to proceed with the human plan. What followed was a whirlwind of activity. The greatest scientific minds from across the galaxy were brought together to work on the counter-wave device. Massive shipyards were repurposed to construct the giant speaker arrays, and all the while, reports trickled in of more star systems going dark. Chen found herself working around the clock, coordinating teams, solving technical problems, and trying to ignore the crushing weight of responsibility on her shoulders. The fate of the galaxy might well rest on the human ability to manipulate sound waves. As the project neared completion, a new challenge emerged. The counter-wave device would need to be deployed dangerously close to the Whisper's weapon to be effective. It would be a one-way trip for whoever volunteered to deliver it. In a tense meeting of Earth's leaders, the decision was made. Humanity would not ask others to take a risk they weren't willing to face themselves. A team of Earth's best pilots and scientists would deliver the device. The day of the mission arrived all too soon. Chen stood in the launch bay of the Federation flagship, watching as the crew made final preparations. The counter-wave device, looking like a bizarre hybrid of a satellite dish and a massive subwoofer, was securely fastened to a sleek, experimental ship. Captain Maya Rodriguez, the mission commander, approached Chen with a grim smile. "Well, Doc, I guess this is it. Any last words of wisdom?" Chen clasped the captain's hand. "Just come back safely, if you can. And Maya, thank you for everything." Rodriguez nodded, her eyes reflecting a mix of fear and determination. "We'll do our best. For Earth, for everyone." As the ship launched, streaking away towards the coordinates of the Whisper weapon, Chen couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. In just over a year, humanity had gone from galactic newcomers to the potential saviors of the universe, all because of their unique ability to hear. Hours passed like years as Chen and the rest of the Federation waited for news. The ship had gone silent as it entered the distortion field surrounding the Whisper weapon. All they could do now was wait and hope. Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the station. Chen rushed to the command center, her heart in her throat. On the main view screen, the visual representation of space-time showed massive distortions spreading outward from the Whisper weapon's location. "It's accelerating," Sixnera said, her voice tight with tension. "If they don't succeed soon." Her words were cut off by a blinding flash on the screen. For a moment, Chen's heart sank, thinking they had failed. But then, miraculously, the distortions began to recede. Cheers erupted throughout the command center as it became clear the mission had succeeded. The counter-wave device had worked, neutralizing the Whisper weapon and saving countless lives. As the celebration raged around her, Chen felt a complex mix of emotions: joy at their success, relief that the galaxy was safe, pride in humanity's role, and grief for the brave crew who had likely sacrificed themselves to make it happen. In the days that followed, the full impact of the event became clear. The Whispers, their ultimate weapon destroyed, retreated to the fringes of known space. The Federation hailed Earth as heroes, with gratitude and accolades pouring in from across the galaxy. But for Chen and the rest of humanity, the victory was bittersweet. They had proven themselves on the galactic stage, but at a great cost. As they mourned their lost comrades, they also grappled with their new reality. Earth was no longer a small, isolated world. They were now key players in a vast, complex galactic society. Their unique abilities, their vibration sensors, had saved the galaxy. But what challenges would they face next? And how would this new status change life on Earth? As the immediate crisis passed and the galaxy began to rebuild, these questions loomed large. Humanity stood on the threshold of a new era, one filled with both incredible opportunities and daunting responsibilities. Their journey among the stars was just beginning, and the universe, it seemed, would never sound the same again. Humanity's ingenuity. In the aftermath of the Whisper crisis, Earth found itself thrust into a new role on the galactic stage. No longer the newcomers, humans were now seen as invaluable allies, their unique auditory abilities a powerful asset in the complex tapestry of interstellar relations. Dr. Amelia Chen, hailed as one of the architects of the Whisper weapon's defeat, now carried the weighty title of Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Federation. As she stood before the holographic display in her new office aboard the Federation's central station, she couldn't help but marvel at how far humanity had come in such a short time. Ambassador Chen. A melodious voice chimed, interrupting her reverie. It was her AI assistant, an advanced Federation technology that still amazed her. The Galactic Council is ready for your presentation. Chen took a deep breath, straightening her formal diplomatic attire. Thank you. Let's hope this goes well. As she entered the Grand Council chamber, Chen was struck once again by the diversity of life forms represented. Beings of all shapes, sizes, and compositions turned their attention to her, some with eyes, others with sensory organs she could scarcely comprehend. Admiral Zixnera, now the head of the Galactic Security Council, nodded in greeting. Ambassador Chen, we're eager to hear about Earth's latest innovations. Chen activated her holographic display, and a complex 3D model materialized in the center of the chamber. It looked like an intricate web of interconnected nodes, pulsing with energy. Esteemed members of the council, Chen began, her voice steady despite her nerves, I present to you the Harmonic Network. Building on the principles that allowed us to counter the Whisper weapon, we've developed a galaxy-wide detection and communication system based on advanced acoustic technology. The assembled aliens leaned forward, their interest peaked. Chen continued, her passion for the project evident in her voice. By establishing a network of specialized satellites at key points throughout Federation space, we can create a vast web of sound waves. These waves, imperceptible to most species, can be used to detect spatial anomalies, track ship movements, and even provide a secure, nearly instantaneous communication method. Glip, who had become one of Chen's closest allies in the Federation, bounced excitedly. It's brilliant. The Harmonic Network could revolutionize our defensive capabilities, our communication systems, even our scientific research. However, not everyone was immediately convinced. A Orcs representative, their crystalline form glittering in the chamber's light, spoke up. This all sounds very impressive, Ambassador, but how can a system based on human auditory capabilities be useful to species that don't share your sensory organs? Chen had anticipated this question. An excellent point. While it's true that humans are uniquely suited to directly interpret the data from the Harmonic Network, we've developed interfaces that can translate the acoustic information into forms suitable for each member species of the Federation. She gestured, and the holographic display shifted, showing various alien physiologies and corresponding data interpretation methods. For visual species, we can convert the acoustic data into light patterns. For those who rely on chemical signals, we can create corresponding molecular structures. The possibilities are nearly endless. The chamber buzzed with excited discussion. Even the skeptical Orcs seemed intrigued. Admiral Zixnera raised her hands for silence. "This is indeed a remarkable proposal, Ambassador Chen. But I must ask, what does Earth hope to gain from sharing this technology with the Federation?" Chen met the Admiral's gaze steadily. "Admiral, esteemed council members, Earth doesn't see this as a transaction. We're part of this galactic community now, and we want to contribute to its safety and prosperity. That said, we do hope that this project will foster closer cooperation and knowledge exchange between Earth and other Federation worlds." The Council debated for hours, questioning Chen on every aspect of the harmonic network: technical specifications, ethical implications, potential vulnerabilities. No stone was left unturned. Through it all, Chen stood her ground, her deep understanding of the project and her diplomatic skills put to the ultimate test. Finally, Admiral Zixnera called for a vote. The chamber held its breath as the results were tallied. When the final count was displayed, Chen felt a wave of relief wash over her. The Harmonic Network project had been approved by an overwhelming majority. As the council session adjourned, Chen found herself surrounded by representatives eager to discuss the project further. In the midst of the excited chatter, she felt a gentle tap on her shoulder. It was Glip, his multiple eyes shining with what she had learned to recognize as pride. "You did it, Amelia," he said softly. "You've changed the course of galactic history, again." Chen smiled, feeling a complex mix of emotions. "We did it, Glip. All of us. But this is just the beginning." Over the next few years, the implementation of the Harmonic Network became one of the largest cooperative efforts in Federation history. Humans worked side by side with dozens of alien species, each contributing their unique skills and perspectives to the project. On Earth, the project sparked a renaissance in acoustic sciences and related fields. Universities around the world established new departments dedicated to xenoacoustics and galactic harmonics. Young people, inspired by the potential to work on cosmic-scale projects, flocked to scientific and engineering programs. The first phase of the Harmonic Network came online 3 years after Chen's presentation to the Council. The results were immediately apparent. Federation ships could now navigate with unprecedented accuracy. Early warning systems detected spatial anomalies long before they became threats. Communication across vast distances became almost instantaneous. But perhaps the most profound impact was on galactic culture. The Harmonic Network, with its ability to translate data into forms understandable by any species, began to break down long-standing barriers between different alien cultures. Ideas and art forms that were once incomprehensible to other species could now be shared and appreciated across the galaxy. Earth, once an isolated blue marble on the edge of an unremarkable spiral arm, was now at the heart of a galactic renaissance. Human music, with its rich history and incredible diversity, became a subject of fascination for species across the Federation. Alien composers collaborated with human musicians, creating soundscapes that defied traditional understanding of music. Yet, as Earth basked in its new status as a major galactic power, new challenges loomed on the horizon. The same technology that allowed for the Harmonic Network's success could potentially be used for less benign purposes, and there were still vast, unexplored regions of the galaxy, hiding who knew what kind of wonders or threats. As Dr. Chen looked out at the star-filled vista from her office window, she couldn't help but wonder what the future held. Humanity had come so far, their vibration sensors, unlocking the secrets of the cosmos in ways they never could have imagined. But in this vast, ancient galaxy, she knew that there would always be new sounds to hear, new harmonies to discover, and new challenges to overcome. The Symphony of the Stars was just beginning, and humanity was ready to play its part. A new era. A decade had passed since the implementation of the harmonic network, and the galaxy had transformed in ways few could have predicted. Earth, once a backwater planet on the fringes of known space, now stood as a central pillar of the Galactic Federation. The human ability to perceive and manipulate sound had revolutionized interstellar travel, communication, and cultural exchange. Dr. Amelia Chen, now in her 50s but still as sharp and determined as ever, stood at the podium of the Grand Galactic Assembly. The vast chamber, filled with representatives from thousands of worlds, hummed with anticipation. This was to be her final address as Earth's ambassador to the Federation before stepping down to focus on new scientific endeavors. Distinguished delegates, honored guests, fellow sentients. Chen began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber thanks to the very acoustic technology she had helped pioneer. A decade ago, we gathered in crisis, facing a threat that could have torn our galaxy apart. Today, we gather in celebration of how far we've come, and in anticipation of the journey that lies ahead. The holographic displays around the chamber came to life, showing scenes from across Federation space. Massive harmonic network nodes pulsed with energy, facilitating faster-than-light communication. Alien and human scientists worked side by side in advanced laboratories. Diverse crowds gathered in concert halls, experiencing music that transcended species boundaries. The harmonic network has done more than just enhance our defenses and improve our communication, Chen continued. It has allowed us to truly hear each other, to understand and appreciate our differences, and to find harmony in our diversity. She paused, her gaze sweeping across the assembly. But our work is far from over. As we push the boundaries of explored space, we face new challenges and opportunities. The recent discovery of the resonant realms, entire pockets of space-time hidden within complex harmonics, has opened up new frontiers of exploration and scientific inquiry. The displays shifted, showing shimmering portals of sound waves leading to strange alien landscapes. The resonant realms had been an unexpected discovery, a direct result of the harmonic network's galaxy-wide reach. These pocket dimensions, accessible only through precise acoustic frequencies, promised resources, scientific marvels, and perhaps even new forms of life. Humanity's journey among the stars has only just begun, Chen said, her voice filled with passion. Our vibration sensors, our ears, have unlocked secrets of the cosmos we never dreamed possible. But it is not just our physical attributes that have brought us this far. It is our curiosity, our adaptability, our willingness to reach out and connect with those different from ourselves. As Chen spoke, she couldn't help but reflect on the incredible journey that had brought her, and humanity, to this point. From that first contact with Admiral Zixnera's ship, to the desperate battle against the Whispers, to the implementation of the harmonic network, it had been a whirlwind of challenges, triumphs, and discoveries. We face an uncertain future, Chen continued, but we face it together, as a united galaxy. The threats we've overcome, the Whispers, the void storms, the discordant plague, have shown us that we are stronger when we combine our unique abilities and perspectives. The chamber resonated with murmurs of agreement. The Whispers, though still a threat, had been largely contained thanks to human-led acoustic countermeasures. The void storms, massive space-time disruptions that had threatened to tear apart entire sectors, had been calmed using harmonics derived from Earth's whale songs, and the discordant plague, a terrifying malady that had threatened to drive entire species mad, had been cured through a combination of human music therapy and alien biotechnology. As I prepare to step down from my role as ambassador, Chen said, her voice softening, I am filled with hope for our future. The next generation of humans is growing up in a truly galactic society, their minds open to possibilities we could scarcely imagine a few decades ago. The displays showed images of human children learning alongside alien peers, of Earth cities transformed by alien architecture, of human music being performed by organisms that looked nothing like the composers who wrote it. But let us not forget the responsibility that comes with our newfound status in the galaxy. Chen cautioned. Our technology, our unique abilities, must be used wisely and ethically. We must ensure that as we explore the resonant realms and push further into uncharted space, we do so with respect for the wonders we encounter and the civilizations we may yet meet. She took a deep breath, preparing for her closing statements. Fellow sentients, we stand at the dawn of a new era. An era of harmony, of discovery, of unlimited potential. Let us move forward together, our many voices joining in a cosmic symphony. As Chen finished her speech, the chamber erupted in a cacophony of applause, trills, light flashes, and other alien expressions of approval. She stepped back from the podium, feeling a mix of exhaustion and exhilaration. In the days that followed, as Chen prepared to transition to her new role as head of the Resonant Realms Exploration Initiative, she found moments to reflect on the incredible journey humanity had undergone. From a single world, isolated and unaware of the galactic community, to a cornerstone of a thriving interstellar civilization, all in the span of a few decades. The challenges ahead were enormous. The resonant realms posed both incredible opportunities and potential dangers. There were still vast swaths of the galaxy unexplored, hiding who knew what wonders or threats. And there was always the possibility of encountering entirely new forms of life, perhaps even more alien than anything they had yet encountered. But Chen felt confident that humanity was ready for whatever the cosmos might throw at them. Their unique auditory abilities had opened doors they never knew existed, but it was their adaptability, their creativity, and their willingness to reach out and connect that had truly secured their place among the stars. As she packed up her office in the Federation headquarters, Chen's gaze fell on an old photograph, a picture of the first human delegation to set foot on an alien world. She smiled, remembering the mix of terror and excitement she had felt that day. They had come so far since then, yet in many ways, their journey was just beginning. The symphony of the stars played on, a grand cosmic orchestra of unimaginable complexity and beauty. And humanity, with their remarkable vibration sensors, was ready to play its part for millennia to come. As Chen stepped out of her office for the last time, she paused to listen. Beyond the bustling sounds of the station, beyond even the subtle hum of the harmonic network, she could almost swear she heard it. The music of the spheres, the very pulse of the universe itself. With a smile, she stepped forward into humanity's next great adventure.